Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, bringing you guys another Boruto Naruto Next Generation discussion on the fallout from Boruto chapter 79. And today we got to talk about one of the biggest elephants in the room following this chapter, which is now that everyone has forgotten who Boruto is and they believe that he killed Naruto and Hinata. What does this mean for Boruto and Himawari? And to be honest, all signs are pointing towards what we as a fandom are going to have a collective heartbreak on our hands. We got another case of sibling versus sibling that looks like it might be kicked off by the lack of knowledge by the younger sibling about the older sibling situation. We've seen this play out before with Itachi and Sasuke. Granted, Itachi gaslit Sasuke, but deep down, as early as the bell test in Naruto, Sasuke was doubting what he believed about Itachi, something that Viz Media actually messed up the translation for at the time, making Sasuke say that he made me cry, when in the Japanese version, Sasuke was saying why was he crying, with the he being Itachi in that situation, and Sasuke ending the sentence by saying that he has to be an Avenger, and that was paid off in the manga when Sasuke recovered his memories from the Uchiha massacre. I think just as Sasuke is being misguided about the truth with Itachi, Himawari is being set up to be misguided about the truth with Boruto. And it's so fitting just given the fact that Boruto wants to protect the village from the shadows in the same way that Itachi once did. Let's look at what we know for certain fall in this chapter. The entire world thinks Boruto is Naruto's adopted son and that he killed Naruto and Hinata out of his obsession and taking things too far. They think he's the ungrateful son obsessed with Naruto and is running away from the village. The seeds have been planted for Himawari to target Boruto, and here's why this is so heartbreaking. Just before all this stuff went down, Himawari in the manga let it be known that she is still undecided about becoming a ninja, but the fact that she thought becoming a ninja would allow her to help Boruto and try and help protect Boruto was something that was on her mind enough that she went to ask Hinata if her becoming a ninja would just make Hinata worry even more if she wanted to become a ninja to try and protect Boruto. Since then, in Himawari's mind, she's not only had her brother killed and revived, but now thanks to Ada, she believes that her parents have been killed as well, not knowing the truth that they've been sealed away by Kawaki, and in her mind, she thinks that Boruto's the one to blame for all this going on. Boruto is going to end up being the one who harbors Himawari's hatred going forward. Himawari is going to end up training to take down Boruto, making it heartbreaking. The kind-hearted young girl who is leaning towards becoming a ninja to help her brother is now on her way to becoming a ninja to unknowingly hunt down her real brother. In a way, it brings us back full circle to one of the first things we ever got with Boruto and Himawari from that special one-shot manga chapter released back in 2015, the day that Naruto became Hokage, where we saw Boruto and Himawari in a sibling conflict which started out innocent enough where Boruto ripped up Himawari's teddy bear and ended with Boruto running and hiding from his younger sister who used her Byakugan to hunt him down. Now this exact same thing is playing out once again. Boruto might end up running and hiding from his younger sister, but this time it's not a gag moment like it was in that special one-shot manga chapter. This time it's a true life or death game of hide and seek. This would explain why Daemon was stated to have sensed special and strong chakra inside of Himawari, where Daemon expected her to easily dodge his incoming attack like it was nothing, and Boruto was so dead set on believing Himawari didn't have the hidden power that Daemon stated she did. Taking it a step further, Boruto's disbelief is the perfect setup for the two of them eventually mixing it up and clashing blows, because Himawari is the last person he'd ever expect to come after him. Because again, he doesn't believe she has that raw power, and as far as he knows, she's still undecided about becoming a shinobi. If we as a fandom are right about Himawari's potential, we very well could be in for another Sasuke situation where the younger sibling is leveling up at a rapid rate in order to take down the older sibling. From a narrative sense, this would be a great way to break in Boruto's time skip if he manages to go into hiding for 3.5 years until he turns 16, which we know is Boruto's age when he fights against Kawaki in the future, because Boruto's official character design sheet lists his age. If he comes out of hiding and one of the faces that is after him is Himawari, that's going to be something heartbreaking, and allow me to explain. When we came out of Naruto's time skip, the Kazekage rescue arc in the manga started out slow, something if you only watch the anime you might not pick up on, but the manga was slow week by week for the first part coming out of Naruto's time skip, and it was coming fresh off the flashback chapters about how Kakashi got the Sharingan from Obito during the Third Ninja War, where Obito got crushed by that boulder. However, during those slow burner moments, we saw Naruto get a reality check really quick that shook up his world, and it lit a fire underneath him. He learned that Gar had become Kazekage despite only being a little bit older than Naruto. It served as what I like to say in my One Piece reviews, where I say the mangaka hits you with the soft hand before dropping the heavy-handed reveal on you. That's what this did. This was a soft hand, and a heavy hand was the reveal of the Akatsuki having kidnapped Gar and was planning to actually kill him via the Biju extraction. A similar approach where Boruto comes out the time skip and learns that Himawari is now a ninja. That's the soft hand, something that will both shock Boruto due to her currently being undecided, but it will also set him up to have the rug pulled out when it's revealed that she's hunting him down. Just as the Akatsuki info about Gar absolutely stunned and it angered Naruto, because this was the fate that he was staring down, and why Jiraiya spent so much time training him to prevent him from something like this happening to him. If Himawari turns her attention towards Boruto and is hunting him down, imagine the turmoil that puts Boruto under. He's extremely sensitive and protective of his younger sister. We saw how he was ready to snap on Naruto just for missing her birthday. Imagine what that does mentally if she's one of the shinobi who he encounters as trying to kill him. We've seen what mental nerfs can do to characters in the Naruto series, because your chakra is made up of both your spiritual energy, which that encompasses your mental state of mind, as well as your physical energy. Sasuke was mentally nerfed when he fought Momoshiki after his Rinnegan was destroyed by his own words. Minato was mentally nerfed when he saw it was Obito who was the masked man. Naruto's mentally nerfed seeing that Momoshiki was controlling Boruto's body. The idea of Boruto having a stat drop when Himawari turns locked on into Boruto's worst nightmare is something that narratively it can work. She's the one thing that he won't see coming, and she has all the tools to mentally nerf him. All the teases of Himawari becoming a ninja, the teases of her having that hidden power, it's all a giant Chekhov's gun that hasn't gone off yet and will eventually be paid off at some point in the story. The only question is when, and in my opinion, it has all the seeds to be something used shortly after the Boruto time skip. However, the other benefit to this is that we would get to see just how capable Naruto's daughter is in combat as well, because she would have had years of training with a clear goal in mind. Couple that with a mentally nerfed Boruto, it gives you a believable scenario for her throwing down with Boruto. And let's say Masashi Kishimoto takes advantage of the whole time skip trope to power her up to a point where she's able to pressure a mentally nerfed Boruto in the post time skip. Even if you don't go that route, just the fact that Daemon said she had enormous power is enough to just go there, where she learns to harness that power herself. And given we've already seen her emotions are a trigger, it goes back to my Son Gohan comparison after Daemon made that statement. In Dragon Ball, something that clearly influences Boruto's mangaka Mikio Ikimoto, we had Gohan undergoing training after his father died, and that training resulted in him learning to harness some of that hidden power of his, and each time his anger got the better of him, that power continued to grow, with multiple times he flat out surpassed his own father in power, from moments in Namek to the battle with Cell to even the Buu saga. Himawari has given off those vibes before, where both characters were introduced with a major power that when you first saw it, you thought it was a moment of gag humor from Masashi Kishimoto in the one-shot manga chapter the day Naruto became Hokage, and Akira Toriyama in Dragon Ball chapter 203, where Gohan raged out against Raditz. Kishimoto and Toriyama, two men who have a penchant for slipping in gag humor into their writing, especially Akira Toriyama. They hid that massive power of a younger character behind gag moments and use those gag moments to be paid off in a major way in the future, which makes a lot of sense if we continue this trend with time skip Himawari. Himawari being trained to harness that power is something that can give Boruto problems, especially as she finishes her Hyuga clan training, which now that Hinata's out of the way, Hanabi won't run into the roadblock that she did in the Naruto Parent and Child Day novel, where her request to finish Himawari and Boruto's Hyuga clan training was shot down by Hinata, and if Himawari comes willingly, which she might, that makes it all the more better. If she even somehow manages to learn Hinata's Gentle Fist Twin Lion Fist, that becomes a problem, because one hit by that sucks out part of your chakra, and it can lead to big issues to Boruto, especially if she becomes a monster using her beyond Byakugan, and Boruto coming out the time skip still isn't using Momoshiki's Byakugan. Add that to the fact that Boruto's going to want to not harm her. It's going to add another layer to himself in Kawaki, because Himawari is going to likely accuse him of killing her parents, which is going to enrage Boruto when he sees Kawaki again. It might even be why he said, "I didn't think you would go this far." I think there's a lot here. However, I'm curious to know you guys' thoughts on this. While you think that over, click here to watch my Chainsaw Man chapter 124 review on Kryptonian Saiyan.